Hi, everybody. It's Jeffrey. Ripe color. You know, as always, my lives are last minute, like completely last minute. So, my video today was really about connecting to the earth. I wanted you to see my art. There we go. It's so not straight, that one. Drive me crazy. All right, hang on. I don't know. From when you're in the house, it seems like it's straight. You know what it is? The wall gets so, sorry, the wall gets so warm that it kind of warps them. I mean, you know, all you have to do is flatten it out or put it in a frame. I don't ship them with frames because I ship to the States. So, you know, and people want to frame it themselves. You want a black frame, you want a light frame, whatever. All right, I got new cards. Nancy sent me cards. My old cards, I ripped one of them. I ripped one. So I needed a new deck. And Nancy sent me, God bless. So it finally came. And it's in Spanish. I mean, it's the same cards, you know, it's my same Rider-Waite, but they're clean. And see, it's As de Espadas. As, not. So very exciting, very exciting. So I figured I'd break them in. They're already warped. You can't see, but they're already warped. All right. Because I've been shuffling. I've done a little bit of reading, but when you try to read for yourself, it doesn't really work. Oh yeah, this is what I really wanted to tell you. You know, I have no plan for the video. I really don't. I sort of have a plan. All right. Today I did a video about connecting to the earth. So I couldn't get to the park today because it's like a little far. I had a guest. I had things to do. I couldn't leave the house. I was on the phone for a really long time, a really, really long time with the bank. Oh, I took out a loan a couple of years ago, and I'm so close to paying it off. I'm so close. But it costs me a lot every month, and I called them to like put a hold on it. It took me like 2 hours. I mean, they kept on switching me. Oh, you're in the wrong department. Oh, you're in the wrong department. And then my phone would turn itself off. It was like that kind of day. And I was like determined to do it. Now, I don't have a definite yes or no, but I did what I had to do. So, okay, let me get to the story. So I go to this place that's really not far from here. And it's right where it is really right on the border of the original landmass, because Mexico City was a lake. It was an island and a lake. So it's there where there was fresh water, like a fresh spring. And it's a little rough. But I get cigarettes there for so cheap. And I don't know what the hell they're made out of, but they're like 10 pesos, which is like 50 cents. So I'm on a budget. So, of course, they didn't have, I got there too late. And it's this enormous avenue, enormous. It's like a highway. And it's like maybe 4 or 6 lanes on one side and 4 or 6 on the other. And when they go, they really go. So you really got to, you know, it's not like, oh, I'm going to run in front of traffic. No, no, no. So you wait for the light. They give you a long time to cross, but it's a long time to wait for the light too. Anyway, in the middle of it, there's this patch of grass that's so beautiful, so green, like this thick, the grass, like a carpet, and really manicured, and no one really utilizes it. And I was like, you know, you didn't connect today. So in the middle of this island, in the middle of like basically a highway where you cross, I just laid down. I was like, okay, you said it and you have to do it, you know, because I did it yesterday, did it the day before. And this is really powerful and it really helps. So I laid down, and it's like 75 degrees here. And, you know, it was like the sun was setting-ish. So it was like, oh, 5:36, something like that. And I connected to my heart. And I think I'm going to do a little healing. I connected to my heart. And in all humility, I said, please take my doubts and my worries and my fears and my anything that stands in my way, and I'm giving it to you as a gift to just take it. Just take it. Like, I can't deal with it anymore. It's not mine. It's not mine. And I ask to receive clarity and abundance and love and comfort. And it really works. I mean, it really, really, it's different than sitting in a chair and meditating. Now, I know it's cold where a lot of people are, but it's, not the whole country is cold. So having your feet on the bare ground, having your, being able to lay down, or just sticking your hands in a plant, sticking your hands in soil, the physical act of it, it's so powerful. So I'm planning on making that part of my routine. I could do it in my garden, but it's terracotta, like I had it's potted. I don't have like a piece of land. So that's that. And it's a Thanksgiving reading, and I know a lot of people. I mean, I really like Thanksgiving, because the thing about Thanksgiving is that you could be an atheist and still enjoy Thanksgiving. It's not religious. Like that's what's so wonderful about it. About you know, it's like you can be indigenous, or you can be, well, the indigenous. I'm sure they have their own little weird thing going on with it. But you could be any religion or any non-religion, and it's like, yeah, let's just eat together. And it's like you don't even have to have turkey if you don't want. All right. So my cards. What I feel. This is what's going on with me. So if it's going on with me, it's going on with the collective. There's this energy of, I'm done with the past. I'm done with my old life. This is me personally. So maybe this is you too. I don't know. I'm done with my old life. I'm done with my old way of thinking. I'm done with my old attitudes, my old habits, my old perspective, my old body, my old apartment, my old everything. Past. I don't want to say old, but I'm done with it. I'm done with it. And there's like remnants of it that I really want to release completely, to invite in the new. Like, I can't become who I'm going to be if I keep on relying on who I was. And I think that's really going on for the collective. So let me break out the cards because they're new. Y Español. And then tomorrow, I'm going to meet some people about maybe some work. Let's hope so, if it's meant to be. And, I mean, in a way, I wish I was in the States to have Thanksgiving because I love turkey and pumpkin pie and pecan pie. I don't really like sweet potato pie, to tell you the truth, but I love sweet potatoes. You know what they have here on the street? These guys walk around with, it's almost like, it's like a wood oven, but it has steam, and they have like the whole sweet potato and then they sell it. It's really good. It's really good. So every so often you'll hear, everyone's like, what the hell is that noise? Sounds like a steam engine. And they're selling sweet potatoes on the street. All right. So the question I'm asking, hi, Joe. It's been so long. How are you? Good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy early Thanksgiving. All right. So the question will be, excuse me, how can we move into our new energy, our new life, our new body, our new attitude, our new perspective? How can we move into that and let go? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's available for purchase, Joe. And I could do them as prints as well. I could do them as prints. It takes a while to get there, but they get there. I've sent them. So, it takes a while. It's not like the States, oh, you have it by the end of the week. It's like, no, you'll have it like in a month. And a few weeks ago, it's so dysfunctional here. I'm like, I have to laugh. So there was a protest, right? There's always a protest here. And the big post office is a grand affair. It's like amazing. Uh, it's like all gilded and marble, and and that's the one that's closest to me because I live to the middle of the city, close to the middle. And I kind of know how it works there, and I can buy envelopes right outside. And so I go, and it's closed. So because they don't want anyone to graffiti up the building, they put these barricades that are like major. It's like walls made out of steel around like the fancy building so that they won't graffiti it. So, okay, so there's the protest, and then they, covered it. So it wasn't open for a week. A week. I can't. Joe, hi, Seascape, and thanks so much for your message today, because I had no idea. Are you doing the B&B? Yes, I am. Yes, I had a guest this morning, and I'm free tonight. So I was like, make a video. I went up to the roof. I got some cheesecake on the street. It was really good. And iced coffee, naturally. And I'm staying up all night because I have things to do. So I think I'm going to buy like a course. I think I'm going to look into it, how to market meditations, because that's where I really want to go. I really want to go to meditation and healing. I want to go deeper into that. That's really what I feel like I'm supposed to be doing. I mean, I feel it. I know it. Anyway, just going to look into that tonight. Hi, Melissa. Yes, I'm doing the Airbnb. Well, it's not. I'm doing booking. Booking, I make a lot more money, a lot more. I don't know what it is with Airbnb. I don't know why, because it was so successful in New York, but here it's like I think there's too much competition, and also my neighborhood isn't the neighborhood that people want to stay in. I'm the only white guy here, which I like. I really like. But I had somebody from Spain for 3 days, and I have Mexicans tomorrow for a week, and I've had. This is interesting too, because you attract what you are, right? So I've been getting all these they all show up with the backpacks. Everyone's into the backpack thing, okay? And a lot of them are traveling all over the world. It's really interesting. I had a couple from Malaysia, and they traveled in Canada and the U.S. and Mexico, and they were heading south to Brazil and Peru, etc. And I had another one from Spain, and they were older, and they were going next to Bali and then India. And I've had quite a few of those, quite a few. So it's kind of like, well, I'm attracting people who are like free and adventurous. So that was nice. Your chat, fam? I don't understand. Hi, Shelby. Your YouTube subscribers. Oh, I'm going to. I'm now live on my channel. A little late. I have to turn this off. So, look, I think that there are a lot of people that are letting go of a lot of pain and a lot of distrust, anger, is what I'm letting go of. So I know it's up in the collective. And there's like this old trauma. I mean, that's why I do the IET. So I'll do a little mini healing on that, but I want to ask the cards because the cards are new and they're in Spanish. It's very exciting. Yeah, so next I have Mexicans. I get quite a few Mexicans, which is nice. And the city is so freaking big. So the girl who was here last night, she was here for like 3 days, and I said, "Oh, are you taking a plane?" And she's like, "No, I'm going to go stay with a friend here, in, down south." And it's within the city limits. It's going to take her an hour and 3/4 to get there, and it's still in the city. That's how big the city is. It's double the size of New York. It's like 500 square kilometers. I, if New York is 300, this is 500. It's insane. It's so freaking big. What am I going to market them to? Jesus. The meditation, right? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the plan. And I'm also, that's the plan. Okay, I have to turn this off or turn it onto vibrate or something. Sorry. Oh my God. All right, it's on vibrate. So that's the question. Like, how can we let go of the anger, the resentment, the things that no longer serve us? The things that no longer serve us. All right. And the cards are so clean, I almost don't recognize them because the other ones were well worn. And I'm glad I got a new deck, and I'm really grateful. And Nancy sent it, and it came here. Great. All right, let's see what's going on. Look at that. Wow. Okay. I always say wow, don't I? The way I speak on YouTube and the way I actually speak are two different things. All right. Will I ever lose that New York attitude and that sassy, filthy mouth? I don't know. All right, we begin with the Ace of Swords, which is wonderful. And then, the Eight of Cups, and then Archangel Michael. All right. The Ace of Swords, first of all aces, the way I understand it, it's el as, pronunciation, it's as, de espadas, as de espadas. You're going to get a little Spanish lesson. Can you see? As de espadas. Okay. All the aces are a new beginning. And this is a new thought pattern and a new idea and a new message and a new clarity and a new mental perspective, a new intellectual perspective. Okay. And all the aces are gifts because of these weird hands floating around. That's the way I understand the aces. It's like it's a weird hand floating around. It's almost like you walk down the street and a bag of money falls on your head, or a new idea just kind of floats into your head. It's like, I never looked at it like that. I never thought. So, like, be open to that and to hearing new things. Okay. And then I have the Eight, and this is a really interesting card. So it's an Eight. So eights are about abundance and awareness, both. Very interesting. I got to get coffee because, I'm not hyper enough. So look at the card right here. I'm going to let you look at the card while I get coffee. So he's walking somewhere, if you like. So, cafe. The question is he walking away or is he walking toward? And, the way I usually read cards is yes. He's walking away and he's walking toward. And does he know where he's walking? Not, he might. He knows that there's something more. He knows there's something more because it's cups, right? So it's almost like, it's like you grew up in a small town. Everything was lovely and hunky dory. And it's like, it's just not big enough for me. I need to meet new people. I need to like have a different experience. I need to look for love somewhere else. I can't marry my cousin like everybody else in town. It's also, to me, it's sort of, well, it's an eclipse card, and I think the eclipse was really powerful. I mean, I'm still feeling it in terms of like a definite shift. This last one was like major. Um, it's like I got to go where I'm satisfied. What I know I'm not satisfied where I am now. I once was, but it doesn't really satisfy me anymore, and I'm looking for more satisfaction, right? And he's also wearing red, so it's his passion is with him, and his sense of being alive. And it's a little bit like the story of Buddha. I got to get milk. Well, I'll manage. Um, Buddha is a prince, and he grows up in like almost a walled city, and his parents only want him to see the good and the lovely, and he always says there's always dancers and great food, and everyone's dressed beautifully, and it's like, what about the rest of the world? What's beyond the wall? So he would sneak out, and he would see the poor people and the sickly people and the beggars and all that. And it was like, well, this is life. That's abundance, that seeing both, seeing all, right? That's the true abundance. So like the abundance today for me in my little story earlier was that, well, the earth is always here. And there was a little patch of grass, even though it was in the middle of a highway ish, and I really wanted to connect. And it's like, connect right here, right now. You know, like I wanted to do it, and and I felt a little odd at first, but then I was like, it's Mexico City. It's like it's a big city. The good thing about big cities is you could truly be anonymous, and I'm sure people were like, well, that's a weird thing to do, but people do weird stuff here all the time, and I'm really glad I did it. All right. So there's this energy of I have this new perspective, this new idea of where I want to go, what would satisfy me emotionally. And then Michael comes, right? So pages are beginnings, and a page, by the way, is sota, sota de espadas, sota de espadas. Um, I'm cutting out the old and I'm bringing in the new. I have a fresh perspective. I have like a new way of looking at things. I'm almost seeing things through innocent eyes, right? Hey, Jennifer. So I'm seeing things through like an innocent perspective. And then look at her. I love her. So, all queens are mothers. Queens also, there's an energy of patience. And she's really the earth mother, right? She's really the earth mother because, she's pentacles, she's practical, she's loving, she's nurturing, but she doesn't smother because she's, oh, sorry, if I don't have a little milk in it, it's just too acidic for me. Oh, just a little. Okay. Um, be patient with the seeds that you're going to plant. Be patient and practical. Plant the right seed in the right garden in a practical way. Know it's going to grow. Allow it to grow. You did your thing. There's an energy of that. And she's very loving and nurturing. And okay. Yeah, I got a little thing. It says ads inserted. Okay. Look, the transformation. The transformation. Really interesting because what day? We're really at the end of Scorpio. We're really at the end of it. And this card is Scorpio. The Death card is actually a really wonderful card. And okay, if I get really clear and I decide to walk away from maybe relationships that no longer serve me, that like I've gotten everything I've gotten out of them, right? And I decide to look at it in a new way and nurture myself and be practical and loving and kind to myself and to others around me. That's the big transformation. And the thing about the death card is it's la muerte. La muerte. Okay, a little Spanish lesson. Um, the death card is about transformation. It's not about death. It's just, I know in the horror movies it always is, but it's not. It's really about understanding the past is the past, understanding everything is in cycle, understanding that there's a time to let things die, that there's a time to, like, let's say you have a vase, okay, and it got cracked or it has a chip or something, and you liked it and it reminded you of something or somebody, but it's chipped and it looks crappy. But you are growing pots, plants, and you want to like do something with the soil. Oh, hi, Patricia. Um, you want to do something with, so you crack it up into a million little pieces so that the soil is more, aerated. Like that's what the death card. It's like I'm going to transform something, right, by cracking it up and then utilize it, right? Because it's fuel, it's fertilizer, it's right. And I mean, this card is very rich. It's really very rich. So it's almost like the king is dead, right? So sometimes it's like it's the king in our own minds, or maybe the authority figure in our own minds. Maybe it was one of your parents, or an energy or a thought pattern that you had in your head that is still there saying, oh, you're no good, whatever, we all have our stories. The king is dead, but spirit lives. Now, is spirit going to be transformed as well? We're not sure. We're in the middle of the story. The thing though is like the rose is pure, right? It's a white rose of purity, right? Of beauty and purity, of newness, of alive. It's newness, and the sun is rising, so something new is coming because something died, right? All right. Then, oh look, toward abundance, toward the promise being fulfilled, toward happiness, toward emotional satisfaction. This is the promise fulfilled. This is the fairy tale card, basically. So I'm going to throw three more, and then I want to do a little healing. I'm not really sure where it's going to go, but I don't know. We'll see. I feel like I'm supposed to be offering like little mini healings to give you a little taste, and then, hopefully you'll press the button and get a full healing on your own. All right. Yeah. You can't unsee the truth anymore. You can't. This is like the denial has been broken. I like. I can't unsee it. Like sometimes it's like once you see it, it's like I can't unsee it. I can't unsee what's not working. I can't unsee the anxiety and the depression. I can't unsee it. But the death card is here, right? And it's like I have to go to a new place emotionally, that has healing and love and opportunity, kindness. Yeah, I'm moving forward into the future. I'm moving forward into the future. I'm going to give you a really interesting example with this card. So this is the queen. Queens are about patience, right? But this queen in particular, she could be very, so traditionally, she's a widow. She's a widow, a woman of loss. That's the energy. She's a woman of loss. So she's a widow or a single, right? And she's very clear. Like this is the one that like she'll tell you the whole truth and nothing but the truth, and maybe not in the kindest, softest way. She could this one on in her negative way can have like the sharp, sharp tongue, but she's very clear about her focus. So my uncle passed away. My uncle was always a little ill. He was my favorite uncle, and I talked to him sometimes. Um, anyway, he had passed on, and he was, I guess, in his early 70s or something thereabouts. Not really old, but not really young either. And anyway, he passed on, and his wife, my aunt, was an Aquarius, and like a little bit after he died, she started traveling like all over on her own, did her thing, had a clear vision. She went to Greece. She went to Italy. Where else? I think she went to Asia on her own. I mean, she was always very, like that type, um, swam every day. She just died like last year. She was like 95, 98, pretty old and healthy and together, until like the last few months. Um, but she could be the queen of swords. It's like I have a vision. I've cried my tears. The energy of this card is I have cried my tears. I've cried them completely and utterly, right? I'm all cried out. Now what? Now what? Okay, now that I had my feelings, right? What am I going to do? Where am I going to go? What's the way forward? That's the energy of that card. Okay. I'm so appreciative, I have to say, when people show up on the live and when people make comments and stuff. I don't have, if I had $1 million, I'd want 10 million. If I had 10 million, I want 100 million, whatever. I mean, I think we're all like that. But like I don't have as many subscribers as I'd like, and like I've been losing them. But like the people who show up really show up. They really show up, and I'm really appreciative. All right, I'm going to throw a few more, and then I'm going to do a little healing. Look, a new direction, a new hope, a new inspiration. Interestingly, connected to the earth, connected to her intuition, both balanced. There's this energy in this card. This is also the card of Aquarius. This is the energy of kind of blessings from above, information from the stars, a new direction, new hope, new success, and it's grounded into the earth. It's practical. It's Aquarius. Aquarius has a practical part to its nature. Yeah, taking the show on the road, executing the plan. I'm really confident. It's a starry sky. He's an astronaut. He doesn't know where he's going, but he's really confident, and he's ready to move. He's kind of the lieutenant of the emperor. It's like he's kind of Joe College in a way. Like I'm really enthusiastic. I learned it in school, and now I'm going to implement it in the real world. Like that's the energy. All right. This is an interesting card. It can go either way. It's a 4. So if I just read the card as like it's a 4 of cups, if you don't look at the iconography, it's the 4 stability of cups, emotion. So nothing is going to distract me from being emotionally balanced. Nothing is going to distract me from being emotionally balanced. And if a gift is offered, I'm going to contemplate whether it's worth picking up that cup, right? Because sometimes, when you go on a new, like I had this experience personally, if you go on your own way, right? Some people, like, they really want to keep you in the box that they know you as, right? I don't know how else to say, and that, it's like, well, I'll pay for your college education as an example. I'll pay for your college education if you live in the house with us forever and ever. You can never leave this house. Nobody loves you the way I love you. A little bit of that. It's a little bit of Norman Desmond. Okay. What a movie. Well, the Four of Cups, Melissa, is a really interesting. All cards can go either way. So the traditional meaning of the Four of Cups is like, I'm bored. I'm bored. It's like you're offering me a gift, and it's like, oh, I don't want it. It comes too easily. No, thank you. Or it could be like you turn down the job, or you turn down a relationship. That could be one of the meanings of the card, right? Because he's sitting there like this. He's closed. The other meaning of the card, depending upon the other cards, is sometimes I read this card as like, the gift's being offered. Take the gift. Take the gift. Take the gift. Don't be like, well, it's not the way I wanted it. It's like I wanted a new sweater and I wanted it to be blue, and someone gave me a green one or a purple one. It's like, I don't want the green. I don't want the purple. I only wanted the blue. A little bit of that. Or sometimes in this card, it can be someone's offering you, or a gift is being offered to you, but is there a string attached? That's how I sometimes read it. Is like, well, it's kind of like a free thing they give you online. Well, it's free if. So there are these sites that I can take the paintings and make it look like it's on the wall, right? And so one of them, I used up all my stuff, and then I tried to like use a different email, and then there was another one that was similar. So they let me do it, and it looked really nice. And it's like, oh, in order to download, you have to become a member. It's like, well, why are you taking me through this whole thing if it's not going to be like, give me 2 or 3 for free? You know, got me. All right. So all cards have 1,000 meanings, and it's really about understanding the meaning. This is the way I read cards. It's about understanding the meanings and seeing how they fit with the cards that are already out, and really trusting for me, my first feeling, because I'm an intuitive, I'm an empathic intuitive. So like that's my MO. That's my go-to. That's my foundation, right? Some hear, some see, and I know a wonderful reader who is completely deductive. She just reads the cards as she sees the cards. Like there's no, she knows a lot of the meanings, like say 8 meanings of each or whatever it is, and it like that's how she reads, and they're great readings. So it's. Speaking of which, Nancy and I are going to start the things again. Yeah, lots of new fertile ideas coming through. Yeah, it's about not being trapped. This is about not being trapped. A line in the sand, setting up a boundary. This is what's going on. That's why I was getting this. I'm getting this. I'm setting up a boundary between me and my old life, or maybe the old relationships I have, that people want to keep me. And it's like, well, you are this and you have to live in this town and you have to do this job and you have to be, I don't know, this sex, or certain people of a certain age don't do this, and la 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 la. It's like, who says so? Yeah. Trust your own intuition. Be loving and kind and diplomatic, and he's a very kind king. He's the kind king. He has been through, he's deeply compassionate, is really what he is. He's been through a lot emotionally, but he still has a gift to offer. He still has a healing to offer. He's really nice. Okay, I'm going to show you all this, and then I want to do like a little mini healing. And it'll come. My vision sucks. Beware of strings, exactly. Hi, Vivian. Um, exactly, Seascape. Compassion is everything, Melissa. It's everything. The other thing that I've been doing, and I did a video a couple of, I don't know, a week ago. Somebody sent me an Instagram. The Hawaiian thing, I don't know what it's called. I'm so sorry. Um, it was done between families or clans, and it was 4 sentences, very simple. What was it called? I, humi, something like that. I don't mean to be disrespectful. I just can't remember it all. And I say it to myself, and it really is very profound. When you have a specific thing in mind of something that you really, you stuck your foot in your mouth, or you really messed up, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And like it kept the peace in the clan, right? And it keeps the peace inside ourselves. And the more compassionate I can be toward and with myself, the more I have to offer others. It's as simple as that. We're all mirrors. We're all mirrors. All right, let me show you the cards. Yeah, I think it's Patricia, I think the order, I'm not 100%, but this is the way I've been saying it. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And the interesting thing is, when I heard it, it resonated so strongly with me. And for me, like, the basic prayers really are, please, right? Help me. Please. Please. Or thank you. Thank you for the clarity. Thank you. Just thank you. So I feel like please and thank you are like the basic structure of any prayer, one or the other or both. I can't read the last word. Yeah, whatever works, Patricia. And switch up the order. I'm all about switching stuff up. Sometimes I wear my hat on this side, and sometimes I wear it on that side. I don't wear it like this though. It feels. What was the one in Archie who used to wear it like that? The one who was a bit of a dunce. Right? So at the museum, right? I always wear these hats, right? So I went to one of the museums. I didn't even put up the pictures. They're really fab. The National Museum of Art, and it was a really good exhibit. Really good exhibit. So you can go with a hat, but you have to wear it backwards. You have to. It's like, what? I guess because they didn't want me to. How far, close am I going to get to the picture? Whatever. They have the weirdest shit here. You have no idea. It's so fucking weird here. I can't even tell you. It kind of suits me. Thanks, Patricia. Okay, I'm going to show you the cards, and then I'm going to do a little mini healing. And we're going to collectively decide what chakra we're going to work on and what energy. I kind of have something floating around in my head, and then I just sort of let it come through. It's kind of the way I do the meditations. It's the way I do it's the way I do my life, All right. All right. Yeah, you can actually see everything. Sometimes I get really carried away. Um, okay. Okay, I think I'm going to start here. All right, I'm getting all these messages and I'm getting this inclination and this intuition and this new hope and this new balance that I want to ground in with like really clear new messages about the place that I want to move to emotionally. I hope you can hear me. I feel like I need to put the microphone closer when I put the thing down. It's so ridiculous. Okay. This place that I want to move to in my heart that's more emotionally fulfilling. The past was the past, but I need to move into the future. And I'm really clear about the vision and the what I want to accomplish, what I want to see, what I want to experience. And it has a lot to do with nurturing myself and maybe planting a new seed in a new garden. It's almost like I'm planting a different crop, right? And I don't discount the past. It transformed me. And I'm really, really grateful. And I'm heading toward this new place that's full of promise. And I'm super excited and I know I can do it. I put a line in the sand between me and the past. I put a line in the sand between me and the past as a boundary there because it's brought me a lot of anxiety and sleeplessness that I want to be healed from and move forward into the future. And even though it's appealing to go back, the compassionate thing to do for and with myself and the others involved is to really listen and balance things and be diplomatic. So, in other words, I'm moving forward, but I'm not burning bridges, right? I'm not burning bridges. What I am doing, I can't help myself with the cards, oh, is following my intuition and following this new fertility that my dreams are telling me um, to move toward. And this is the high priestess. La suma sacer. Oh my God. Dotisa. Sacerdotisa. I have to look her up. Okay. Oh wow. Second ace. Toward a new opportunity in the physical world. Toward a new opportunity, right? This is the clearest. This is a great card. The thing about the pentacles, as opposed to the other suits, is the swords are in the ether. They're thoughts. The wands are, are passion and creativity and like the thing that gets you out of bed, the thing that fires up your soul, right? But they're not necessarily planted. They're like, this is my creativity. This is how I walk. This is how I dress. This is how I talk. This is how I eat. Right? This is my creative idea. Right? The cups are how we feel. So and that changes, and like all those things can change. But this is like in the real world. The pentacles are money, finance, security, physical goods, health, food. uh, You know, so it's like this whole transformation leads toward a new opportunity in the physical world. Another gift. Yeah, being the emperor in your own life. I mean, so the emperor The emperor is a four. He's really stable. He's the emperor. He's not the king. The kings come to the emperor. The emperor is the energy of Aries, a new beginning. It's the energy of Mars, being uh, energetic. Um, but the emperor, I always, you know what I always get from the emperor? I delegate. I delegate. Right. I'm the boss man, and I say that, this is what time we open, this is what time we close. I make the final decisions as to what the windows are, what the windows aren't. I make the final decision as to whether we have off this day or whether we can come in late another day. I make the final decision like that. And it's all about, it's a sense of autonomy, and a sense of I'm in charge. Yeah, maybe other people have opinions and maybe I'll utilize them, but at the end of the day, I'm the buck stops here. The buck stops here. It's very interesting. So that being said, I talked a lot about, like maybe old relationships or family or pain or disagreement, that in order to move forward, right? And allow ourselves to be healed and to be whole and to be done. I think with the past, I'm really getting that. I'm really getting that. So, okay, so I'm just going to put it out. So there are how many people here? There are, I think, 7 people here. So, would you like to do a throat chakra clearing, or would you like to do a heart? Oh, what are you feeling? I'm going to, take a little survey. What are you feeling? And then I'm going to do some work. Throat. Okay. Okay. It's interesting when you go to a group meditation. Um, everybody's trying to be all serious and quiet, respectful. I mean, hopefully, and people happens a lot. It's because their throat chakra is clearing. That's what's going on. It's not that like. I well, it is. The four, Shelby. The four symbolizes the earth plane. The four is the cube. The four is the four directions. The four is the earth plane. It's really about the physical world, the incarnate, the work that we are doing on this plane, the reality of being here. Like that's what four is about. 3 is creativity. 4 is like this practicality, is a solidity to it. And then 5 is change. 5 becomes a little weird and magical. Um, so I understand what you're saying, that it's a little choppy, but it's, I think, a lot of our work is on like other planes, but a lot of our work is here. And I think it's really about being able to kind of be in both worlds in a way, you know? Um, because I mean, it's, I meditate every day and I have for many years, but I'm also living in this reality. And, I need to eat food and I need to like sleep and have friends and have a physical experience. So, the force, it's also this energy of, I don't know, kind of dealing with things as they are, and making them the best they can be, or, understanding that I have a yard and it has a fence, And my job is to take care of my garden, right? You know, and not uh, be in a garden that I don't maybe belong in a way. I don't know. All right. I mean, the negative side of the emperor, by the way, is like he could be really tyrannical, a little angry. The emperor is the father. He's the father. So he kind of sets rules. And, on his negative, because, all cards have that, he could be, very strict. I'm the emperor. But, in his positive way, it's really about taking one's power and saying, you know, I'm the one in charge here. All right. So let me um, well, I gardens are really what it's about, right? Gardens are really what it's about. We are the flowers in the garden, really. All right. So I really want to. I don't want to. A lot of times, I don't know if you can hear me. A lot of times, the throat chakra is about speaking our truth. There's a book that I have that I really want to find if I can. My God. All right. I'm just going to wing it. I don't know where that book is. The throat is about speaking our truth and not anyone else's truth, and not disguising or not allowing ourselves to state our needs. Sometimes it's really related with shame and with shame. All right, so let's do a little throat chakra clearing. Now, when I do the IET or the pendulum work, I ask certain questions. I mean, this is a general thing, so so we're going to clear. So what I do with the IET and the pendulum is I clear an energy, and then we imprint its opposite. That's what we do. Okay. Okay. So let me. This chair is such a mess. Like it screws in, and I don't. It's just like an Allen wrench thing, and I don't have the right one, so I use my other screwdriver, and it kind of works and kind of doesn't. Okay. In any case, I call upon the Holy Spirit to come and clean and clear this space, all of our spaces, of all negative thought patterns and energies, all doubts and fears, and anything and everything that is not for our greatest good and greatest healing from this time and all times and all simultaneous times. 100% now. We send it into the violet fire, transmutation, never to return. So it is, so it is, so it is. I ask that we be surrounded in a circle of purple, gold, and white light of protection, love, and healing. For we are light and we are always surrounded by light. I ask to interact with beings of the highest frequency of love and light from the Godhead only now. Amen. Amen. And this is to send out to whoever watches this video at any time. And even the little doggy. Well, the big doggy. I don't think you can hear him. There's a new dog in the building who's very adorable. All right. I call on Archangel Michael. I call on Archangel Michael for protection, love, and healing, for clear vision. And I call on Cassiel to help us all to speak our own truths, and as I clear, I'm going to do this. Okay, we're going into the throat chakra and we're going to clear this energy. All right. I hope the dog isn't disturbing too much. With my mighty eye, you can repeat after me if this helps you. And if you have a pendulum, that's great. If you want to hold a crystal, that's great. Whatever. Don't get all weird. Whatever you got, don't worry about it. It's fine. Hold a candle and light it or don't light it. Smoke a cigarette. I don't care. Smoke a joint. Whatever it works. Okay. I hope YouTube doesn't throw me off of that. I don't. That's not my cup of tea, but whatever. All right. God, am I gray? All right, we're going down a little bit. Don't you want to see me? It's even better. It's more better. More betterer. Okay. I call on Archangel Michael and Cassiel to come and help clear our. With my mighty I am presence, I clear all shame, all blame, all resentment, unspoken words, timidity, blaming of the self, low self-esteem from our throat chakras now, and all energies holding it or them in place in anything and everything that is not for our greatest good and greatest healing from this time and all times and all simultaneous times. Parallel lives, parallel universes, 100% now. We send it into the violet fire of transmutation, never to return. So it is, so it is, so it is. So it is, so it is, so it is. Now, look at this. You see how it's slowing down? And then when it stops and it starts to go the other way, no, not yet. There's more to clear. Okay. So, if you haven't, I call on, you say this for yourself, I call on my mighty I am presence. I call on my guardian angels. I call on Archangel Michael, whatever angel, whoever you want to call on, right? I call on Guadalupe. I call on Hilarion. I call on Raphael. I call on, what's her name? Kuan Yin, right? To help us clear collectively all the shame, all the blame, all the resentment, all the unspoken words, all the swallowed emotions from our throat chakras now. And we sent it into the violet fire of transmutation, never to return, 100%. Okay, now it's going the other way, so it's imprinting. You see? Clockwise is imprinting. With my mighty I am presence, I imprint unconditional love, support, spiritual support, freedom, freedom of expression, creativity, love, comfort, truth, into our throat chakras now. Joy. I imprint joy into my throat chakra now. Safety. And whatever else is needed for our greatest good and greatest healing from this time and all times and all simultaneous times, parallel lives, parallel universes. 100% now. And we thank Michael, and we thank our guardian angels, and we thank our ancestors for helping us to come to this place, to speak our own truth, to be unafraid, to be unafraid, to be true to ourselves, and to be able to speak our own truth. And we're grateful. We're very grateful. Yeah. All right. I really need glasses. That's interesting. That's fascinating, Shelby. Fascinating. Oh, good. I'm glad, Patricia. You're what? Oh, is it a stone? What does it look like? I've never heard of that stone. Howlite? Like a wolf? I don't really work with stones that I find it I believe in earth magic. So, just laying down on the earth like I've been talking about is really powerful. Nice. I mean, I bought the malachite because I've always loved malachite. And my old pendulum, I dropped and it cracked. I was like, oh my God. And I got a pendulum here on the street. It was really inexpensive. It's really lovely too, right? And I love green. It's my favorite color. All right. So as you know, I do a lot of this energy work. I'm so vain. I don't want you to. I look bolder on the camera than I actually am. Um, anyway, I do the IET and the pendulum work, and I'd be happy to do that for people. It's very powerful, and it helps me too. And I also offer tarot, and I'm definitely going to be adding some meditations. I'm planning. Well, I have a lot of plans. Let's not, because sometimes I just say stuff and then nothing comes of it. So I have a lot of plans in my head. I'm going to put them out. We'll see what happens. And they're going to be very inexpensive, and you could use them again and again and again. And the other thing that I offer, which I think is a brilliant service, no one's taken me up on it, but I think it's brilliant in all humility. Um, I don't know. I keep on getting messages that I'm on live. Is I would do a tarot reading with you, and then uh, we'd come up with a specific meditation. If you have a specific area you're working on, um, then we would either form it together, or I would just kind of channel it, and then I would send you the MP4, the audio, and then you could utilize it again and again, and maybe come up with like some affirmations that you could use. Because I really want to help people. I really, really want to help people. Um, and sometimes it's like, okay, well, I don't really understand how to do it, and I kind of do. So, not in that guru way, in a way that's like uh, nurturing, comforting, guiding, not you know, because it's like the IET and the pendulum too. Your light is doing the work. It's your light. I'm connecting with your light. I'm connecting with my light, and we ask your angels, we ask, what would you like to receive? I mean, that's the basic question for the pendulum and the IET. If you could change, shift, manifest, or create anything in your life, what would that be? And there's no incorrect answer. Oh, it has to be something spiritual. It's like, I want $100,000. Great. Great. Um, and then what would you like to release? And then we ask, we put in the order, right? We put in the order to your angels and guides, and then the energy comes through and helps you to clear whatever it is that might be in the way and imprint its opposite, like a little mini of what we did today. And it goes through the whole chakras, So sometimes you're holding something in your third eye, or in your throat, or in your shoulders, or like on this side it's resentment, on this side it's anger, um, etc. So that's what the energy is. And it's very powerful. I mean, I utilize it quite a lot, and I'm very grateful to be able to offer it as a service. can't. Yeah, Michael, it's I know more Michaels than any other name. And Michael in Hebrew is Mikael, which means who is like the Lord. Because the word El means Lord, and it means it in Phoenician as well as ancient Hebrew and modern Hebrew. So Mikael, Raphael is healing of the Lord. Ariel is lion of the Lord. Uriel is light of the Lord. Gabriel is strength of the Lord. Yeah. And Elijah is Eliyahu. I can't remember what it means. Something about the Lord that is, or the Lord, something to that effect. Whenever you see El in the beginning or the end of a word, it means Lord, it means God. Also, El, and it comes through in Spanish too, because the Arabic is very similar to Hebrew. They're both out of the same root, Aramaic, which is like the Latin of the Semitic languages. And so it figures in Spanish too. And El also means toward. It's spelled differently, but the energy is toward. Okay. Mushel? Okay. It's okay. It's Miguel here, so. But in Hebrew, it's Mikael. Yeah, Mikael. All right. So that is the story, and I have lots of art available for purchase. So you could buy the originals or a limited edition print, and I can ship them to the United States. It'll take a month, though. I offer tarot readings. I offer healing. I've been on a long time. With the pendulum and or the IET. And the IET, I ask the same question, and the IET is very powerful. So what I usually do is I send it overnight while people are sleeping, because they're more receptive. Like it goes into the dreamscape, and I'm always up all night anyway. And a lot of times, like when I pull in the energy, like I'll get like little messages when I'm doing it when people are sleeping, and then I email you. It's like, this is what I saw, this is what I felt, I got this animal, blah 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 blah. So that's the story. All that stuff is available on my website. And if you want to do this energy work, and it's like, well, I'm really on a budget, blah blah blah, like we can work something out, because I really want to help people. Like that's really what it's about. I really want to help people, right? Anyway, happy Thanksgiving, happy fall. Go lay down in the earth, stick your fingers in the soil, put your feet on the on the earth, on the ground if you can. There's a lot of energy coming through the earth, a lot, more than usual the past month or so. So tune in and utilize it, because we really need to ground into the stability of the earth mother, right? It's really important, because there's a lot going on in the world, and it's really overwhelming. You don't know what to do, and you get overwhelmed. It's like, okay, this is my safe space. It's almost like crawling into bed with like a comforter, and then you know that if the wind is howling, I'll be fine. It could rain, there's no leak. It's like a little bit like that. Hi, cat lady. And God bless, and see you soon. And check out the monthlies, because I'm not doing weeklies anymore. I'm doing dailies, and I'm doing monthlies, and I do my weekly with Nancy Jean, and that should be coming up. It's an interesting week coming. That'll be up at in about an hour, a little less. Oh, don't worry. You could watch it. You could rewatch it. All right. So, if you're interested in my services, are all available. I'm happy to help. And I'll talk to you all soon. And I hope you got a lot out of the healing. And I hope the commercials don't come up in the middle of the freaking healing. All right. Blessings. See you soon. Happy Thanksgiving.